Welcome to Core Concepts from Dent Gaming. Let's see this build. Hey guys, welcome back to Core Concepts. I've got another build for you. Let's go ahead and dig into it. This is Xenomorph. I was actually inspired to make this AC because I noticed that a lot of the parts kind of resembled the Xenomorphs from the horror series Aliens. And I wanted to try to bring that to life. And I added a little extra twist to it. I wanted to use weaponry that were kind of in the style of the Aliens franchise. So they use machine guns a lot in the Aliens franchise. So I put a heavy attaché machine gun there on the right hand because they do use machine guns a lot. Another thing that they use in the Aliens franchise is the flamethrower, and we only got one flamethrower that we can choose from, and that is the Bad Cook. So that is on the other arm. Now the Truenu was a bit of a weird pick because they don't tend to use spike missiles, but these missiles don't really explode. So I think there is one Aliens where they use kind of like an impaler gun, or maybe I'm thinking about the horror franchise Dead Space. I don't know. Maybe I got my lines crossed on that one, but yeah, I do use the Truenu. I use it mainly as a punish and a stagger building weapon, as it should be used. The next one's a little bit weird. This one actually came from Aliens Romulus, which I recently watched. It was a good movie. But they had a gun in there that would automatically target in on things, which that's kind of what the Huxley does. Not a part I usually use a lot, so let's go ahead and look at it real quick. So at first glance, not that great. I mean, direct hit adjustment, sure. I mean, it's higher than normal, but you really look in here, the 39x8. So it fires salvos of bullets basically, and it auto targets. I think it fires 8 shots with each little burst. It's actually effective at keeping targets on their toes, and it's also a lot of fun to use it to track where your opponent is if you ever lose sight of them, which is kind of easy to do when you're blasting the giant flamethrower all the time. Kind of easy to do, so you can actually use that to help track your targets. If you do lose sight of them, you just kind of look to see where the Huxley points and just kind of look in that direction. I've let it be known many times that I'm not the greatest of pilots. I mean, so I lose track of my opponents sometimes. Okay, so the main battle strategy here is we start firing off with the heavy machine gun just to keep the enemy on their toes and keep that stagger building. All the while, after about 10, maybe 20 rounds even, we activate the flamethrower here, which really just lights them. It's really effective at doing damage and not building stagger. So that's something to keep in mind, is your damage, or your stagger buildup is going to be mainly from the machine gun and the missiles. Also, the Huxley can do it. But I kind of like to open up with these two, hit them with that, just to, if they're like a hard to stagger opponent, I'll hit them with that. And then while this is getting ready to reload, I will activate the Huxley, and that usually tips the scales to where the amount of stagger dished is high enough to stagger them. And hopefully by that time, if I time it just right, I can hit them with the Trueno, which, as we all know, has a tremendous direct hit adjustment of 215, and I just love using it to punish like that. All right, so let's go ahead and go into the frame now. Head part, F mirror. Yeah, it kind of looks like a Xenomorph head. That's why I chose it. Core. It kind of looks like a Xenomorph torso. That's why I chose it. Arms. These were the most alien arms. Alien-looking-esque arms that I could find in there, and honestly, it doesn't really capture a Xenomorph as well as most, but I think it's the closest one. I mean, maybe these ones, but I'm just going to keep the F mirror just because I forgot F mirror everything else. And then finally, the Mind Beta. Yeah, I did do an RJ, and after I built this and played with it for a while, I was like, you know what would be cool if I put some Noctriers on this thing. but that's next episode. So this is Xenomorph Mark 1. Next episode is going to be Xenomorph Mark 2, where I actually lighten it up a little bit and actually throw some knock dryers on there. Boosters, yes, I'm using not the Alulas for a change. I am using the NGI 001s or the Walter boosters or the Coral boosters, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, I'm using these for one reason and one reason only. That reason is this right here. It's got the highest QB thrust in the game, and I need to move really, really quick. In the air, you're very vulnerable to just like floating around and being easily shot at. So if you need to dodge something really big, these boosters will do it, and they'll do it right now, and that's what I like about it. I am running the Talbot. That should be pretty obvious. I am pretty close to mid-range, and I use missiles, so yeah, that is a no-brainer. Aorta generator. So this kind of hurts my feelings that I'm using the aorta, because I'm so used to having that constant refresh of energy from older games, from the older titles, and this one's designed to basically, you're designed to run out of energy, and then you get 2/3 of your energy back. It's not really what I'm used to, so I could, I believe, switch to something a little bit faster recharging, like the Ming Tang or the Hokushi, but that will add a lot of weight. I mean, maybe I could do the Yeba. It looks like the Yeba can fit in there nicely, but that just that supply efficiency kind of sucks. Hokushi wouldn't be bad. Ming Tang also wouldn't be bad, but they just slow me down so much that I'm just like, I'll just leave the aorta in there. Like, that's just what I'm going to leave in there. I am running assault armor on this one. Assault armor has nothing to do with the Aliens franchise. It's just what I chose to put in there. You can really pick whatever you want on this. Anyway, that is the build and battle strategy. Let me go ahead and show you guys what this thing can do. Come here, Freud. Alrighty, let's do this, Xenomorph. Let's get it done. Alright, we're gonna start shooting with this just for funsies onesies, and then we'll start shooting with this. Oh man, he's really pushing me now. No. Ooh, got him with it. Nice. Oh. Oh, I got him. What's also, I forgot to mention this, but if you can get on the ground to get that dodge, man, the jump capability of these legs are just absolutely tremendous when paired with this massive QB. He didn't even get that bazooka shot off. My word, Xenomorph. You didn't have to do him dirty like that. Alright guys, that was Xenomorph. I'm going to go ahead and get you the share information on him. That's going to be GS5YX95ZPXCZ. If you like him, take him. He is all yours. I had an absolute blast using this big giant robot to blow stuff up. Please like and subscribe. Thank you and goodbye.